I'm gonna reference professional grade mixes and mixes that I know people love and enjoy and does have won Grammys and all this stuff. I can reference those mixes, and then even if it sounds bad or off or weird in my room, I need to make sure that the frequency response of the mixes that I'm putting out match that. Okay, so have you ever pulled up to the gym and realized as soon as you walking in the door, you like checking in, that you forgot one of the most essential things to go into the gym? No, it's not the muscles, it's your headphones, man. Like you like, this little thing right here that I need so badly when I'm in the gym. When I forget this, I'm devastated. I almost want to turn around, go home, call it a day. My lifts ain't lifting how they supposed to. Just everything is just off when I forget to actually bring my headphones to the gym. And honestly, that's how I feel when I'm in the studio in the past and I've been using the Sonarworks SoundID. Now, hear me out. If you know about the SoundID, it is a software that it's a software room correction. You do all this testing, you go around with this little microphone, you test, and then there's a sonic profile of your room and of the speakers that you're using. And then inside of the SoundID software, they correct the anomalies in your room. Like if you got your speakers too close to a wall or whatever, and it's boosting the low frequencies, they'll give an EQ correction, a software EQ correction on the speakers, on the output going to your speakers, so that it is, so that it's corrected, right? So that you have a more flat frequency response. Now, all of us need some type of room correction. In every professional studio that I've ever worked in, all of the speakers have been tuned for that room. Like they use very high priced software and graphic EQs and stuff like that, and measurement tools to go in and listen to what's happening in that room, right? Measure what's happening in that room and then do correction on it, right? But the best systems, the most professional systems, have always been a hardware solution that you just literally set it and forget it. You don't even think about whether it's on or not. And again, my beef with the Sonarworks SoundID is that many times I have been in a session and I'm mixing, and then all of a sudden, maybe an hour in the mix, 2 hours into the mix, I'm about to bounce the mix, and I'm like, dang, did I turn it on? Is it on? Is it off? And I'm never really sure if that room correction is working, right? Or you bounce it down, you bounce down your session if you're using the plug-in version or whatever, and then you realize, dang, did I bypass the plug-in? Did I take that plug-in off? So now you got this anxiety about whenever you use the Sonarworks SoundID to correct the speakers, to correct your room, that you're not sure whether you're using it appropriately or not. So I got this solution, the ARC, right? This is not a paid video, this is not a sponsored video, but I think this is a good and worthy video for y'all, because all of us, again, if you're in a room, that room has a sound. If you're in a room, if you're mixing in a room, it has a sound. If you have a desk, and the speakers are behind the desk or on the desk, it's bouncing off and it's changing the way you feel, the way the speakers sound, the way that they feel coming to your ears. Now, how do I feel about this, right? I got a couple different perspectives before I get into this thing, right? For one, yes, most professional studios and spaces have tuned the speakers to some degree. Even the speaker companies know that depending on where and how you place the speakers, they will change the sound. That's why a lot of them have that correction on the back, right? To where you can just go to the back and, hey, boost the high frequencies or cut the low frequencies or whatever, right? A lot of speakers have that because they know that the room really, really matters when it comes to getting accuracy out of your studio monitors. So, how do I feel about that? I think that it could go both ways, right? You could learn the room and you could learn the anomalies that are happening in your room, especially if you are like using reference tracks. You can use reference tracks and say, you know what, no matter what, even if the bass is too loud in my room or it's too soft, I'm gonna reference professional grade mixes and mixes that I know people love and enjoy and does have won Grammys and all this stuff, I can reference those mixes. And then even if it sounds bad or off or weird in my room, I need to make sure that the frequency response of the mixes that I'm putting out match that, right? Because again, those have been accepted and approved by the masses, and then what you're hearing in your room could be lying to you. So use reference tracks if you need to. If you don't want to pay for a solution or whatever, you can absolutely use reference tracks, but just know that the reference track ain't lying to you. It oftentimes is going to be your room that's lying to you. So keep that in mind, man. But I got the ARC Studio Advanced Room Correction System, and my hope with this is that by it being a primarily hardware-based system, so there's a piece of hardware, I'm gonna open this up with y'all. There's a hardware in this box that is going to be the intermediary between my computer, between my interface and the speakers, that does the tuning within the hardware. And as long as this is plugged in and turned on, I shouldn't have to worry about whether I'm getting correction or not. And that correction is only happening to my speakers and then the output that I'm hearing, and I don't have to worry about turning a software on or off in the computer, or is it happening when I'm watching YouTube, or is it when I'm listening to a reference from Spotify or iTunes? Is that being corrected? By plugging this between the output of the interface and my speakers, then the correction will always be applied. So let's go ahead and jump into this joint. This is the ARC Studio Advanced Room Correction System. Let's see, included in the box here, I'm just reading what they say included in the box: the ARC Studio, ARC microphone, ARC microphone clamp, a USB-A to USB-C cable, and PSU. I don't know what a PSU is, but okay. Now there is some software that goes with this, so I'm gonna have to download that and do all that, but let's see, I'm gonna read the box. ARC Studio is a powerful acoustic correction solution for professional monitoring systems that works independently of your computer or DAW. That's what we need. We need that independent control, right? It combines the ARC Studio hardware processor, measurement microphone, and ARC4 software to correct common acoustic issues and ensure your mixes translate flawlessly, eliminating the back and forth guesswork caused by less than perfect listening environments. Use the included ARC mic connected to your audio interface and ARC analysis software to quickly measure and correct acoustic issues in your listening space. Double check the correction in real time to find the perfect sonic balance and customize any final finishing touches. Once done, transfer the correction profile to the ARC Studio hardware for a standalone, latency-free, set and forget correction. That's literally what I'm looking for. Set it and forget it correction, ensuring your mixes translate perfectly everywhere from now on. Work faster and more freely, confident and that you're hearing the truth. Now, this box makes a lot of promises. We're gonna see if it stands up to that as we get it installed. Hopefully that glare ain't hitting too much. Okay, but let's just go ahead and get this bad boy open. Okay. Okay, in the box it says register and download the ARC software is step number 1. Step number 2 is calibrate using ARC analysis application. Step 3, transfer the calibration to the ARC Studio. And step 4, connect ARC Studio to your interface and monitors, okay? So step 1 is gonna be for me to download the product, right? Download the application, okay? They got a couple cards here, registration code and stuff like that. And here's the little ARC Studio. Here's the little box. Super tiny and cute. Tiny and cute. Now I'm gonna need an additional set of XLRs for this, right? So I'm gonna come out of my interface into the ARC Studio, and then out of the ARC Studio into my monitor controller. Now, okay, so on my I actually have, I'm gonna have to do mine a little bit different. Okay, I see how I'm gonna set this up, because I'm thinking I have a monitor controller because I have 3 sets of monitors, right? Only one of them I'm gonna be able to actually tune, and what those are, I'm gonna tune the Pulsar, the Ex Machina Pulsars. I'm gonna make sure that those are perfectly tuned to the room. Right now, currently, I have my Atom Audio A7Vs up, and then I'm also using a third Avantone little mix cube, right? So those are the speakers that I'm using. You turn this on and off. I'm gonna actually hide this somewhere in the back to where I don't even see it. I'm gonna make sure that it's turned on. I'm gonna hide it behind my desk somewhere to where I'm not seeing it and I'm not thinking about it. It's just gonna automatically do its thing. So on the front, you just have a little button right here for correction, to turn the correction on or off. On the back, you got your inputs and outputs, and then you got your USB-C cable and a power cable as well. All right. What else is in the box? Got this little mic. Now this mic, I ain't gonna front. This mic feel real cheapity, man. It's like completely plastic. Now, compared to the one that I got from Sonarworks, which I actually have right here. Compared to this one, and don't mind the gaff tape that I got on here, because I don't think they included an actual clip for it. So I had to use a clip that came with another mic that I had, and it was like, this was too small. So I just put gaff tape around it. But like, this joint feels like a premium instrument right here. It feels like something that is premium and high quality, to where this don't even feel like a microphone. I'm not gonna lie. It feels very small and it doesn't feel like a mic. But whatever, nonetheless, I'm sure it is gonna do what they needed to do for the room correction. So there's that, okay? I got that. Now, I'm assuming, okay, no, let me not assume. Let me not assume, because you know what happens when you assume, right? Do you know what happens when you assume, my friend? Okay, so this is my USB-C to USB-A cable that I'm gonna be using to connect the ARC Studio to the computer. Now, I think that based on what I'm reading here, is that I only need to connect the ARC Studio to the computer temporarily, so that I can transfer the profile. After I do my measurements, I'm gonna transfer the profile over to the ARC Studio, and then that profile is going to be downloaded onto the device, right? And then I can really disconnect it, because Lord knows I'm running out of spaces to plug stuff up. So I don't want to have to keep nothing plugged up permanently if I don't have to. All right, and then this is the power right here. Okay, got your little DC power, and got a whole bag of, depending on what part of the world you're in, connectors. We're gonna grab that, the one for America. All right, it looks like that right there. And I'm gonna clip that in. Booyah. All right, so we in there. Okay, that's cool. Set that to the side. And we can actually, let's take this out. Set this to the side too. Okay, so that's everything that's in the box. Now it's time to go ahead and register. Oh yeah, don't forget about this. I almost dropped this little plastic mic. Now it's time to register and download the software. So let's do that. I'm gonna bring y'all over here with me. Hey, welcome. I'm Wayne. You know what? Turn this light on. I said I'm gonna turn this light on. Booyah. Hi guys, Wayne here. I'm in a different part of the studio now. All right, sorry I'm so goofy, y'all. All right, so here we go. Let me go to the, get this going. Download IK downloads.com/ARC. Bro, I get sick of all of these companies, man, that want you to download so much stuff. Now I gotta have a whole nother app on my computer in order to register this one product, the only product that I even have from y'all right now. Well, actually, I think I got some plugins and stuff. Maybe they're under a different account though. But still, just bring back simple registration. Y'all making it mad hard. Pause. Okay, installation successful. Move that to the trash. Close, thank you. And now, I'm gonna have to remember that complicated password. That I have to find it. Don't you hate when when it don't just go to the next field? I guess the product managers is kind of useful, especially if you have multiple products from that same company, I guess. But it's still pretty annoying. Okay, so it's authorized, and I actually have 5 device authorizations. So that's cool. All right, so now I guess I'm gonna open this up. ARC 4 analysis. Okay, cool. The ARC, welcome to the ARC system. Whatever, we're gonna keep Pro Tools open for now. Okay, the ARC system comprises of a room analysis application, a DAW plugin, and a standalone application to control the ARC Studio device. This setup assistant will guide you through the room analysis process. Click next to proceed. Next, why is it hidden? All right, I'm done. All right. All right, so I got this, we got this mic, cool. Now, I probably need to set it up. I need to connect the audio. Let me get this mic connected. So I got some cables. And shout out to Warm Audio. Yeah, I got the door open because it just feels so good with the door open right now in this time of year. I'm probably close it though before I start my back door. I'm gonna close it before I start this analysis because yeah, I don't want to get any false measurements from birds tweeting outside or something like that. Okay, so shout out to Warm Audio. Boom, you can see this. Hopefully that comes into focus. But this is a, stop focusing on me, man. This is a Warm Audio cable, nonetheless. And this cable, bro, it's like, this is super premium. This feels like one of the most premium cables that I've ever used. So I'm gonna just throw that down. Matter of fact, if you see this, look, apparently, last time when I wrapped this cable up, I didn't do a super duper job, right? Because it should have just fell open. Now, let me give y'all a quick second. One of the hacks, right? Because I think I was probably rushing, right? Here's a little hack, man. Cable wrapping tutorial 101. For all my engineers out there, make sure you always wrap your cables properly. We're gonna start with the natural flow of the cable. So if you see, I just immediately, so quickly, you see how the cable just naturally wants to coil? I wanna find that natural coil. And for me, I just twist in my fingers, right, the cable. Some people do the over-under method. For me though, I just can feel it in my fingers. And you see how it's starting to lay there, right? I just twist, and this is how you keep your cables nice and neat, right? And so I'm just twisting it between my fingers, rolling it as necessary in order for that cable to come how it wants to lay. So it naturally just has a natural coil in it, right? This way, boom, I have a nice and neatly wrapped cables. If you about to do an internship or work somewhere, any studio like that, and you don't wrap your cables up right, Lord bless you, okay? Bless you. So look, when I drop this, instantly coil free, everything is loose. Okay, so now I'm gonna just reach behind here and plug this into my interface. So I got that plugged in. I got this mic. Now it's saying it's getting a microphone signal. Oh, okay, that's because it's using my studio display. I don't want to use that. Let's use the Universal Audio Thunderbolt. Yep, all right. What? And it shouldn't be getting no signal. Input 1. I don't know why it's looking like it's getting a signal, but it ain't no mic plugged up in the input 1, but it's all good. Okay, the next thing I want to do though, is I do want to open up my console app because I think I don't know what just happened there. I think I've made this mistake before. And in the console app, which is tweaky, I just want to make sure that I don't have any plugins or anything. You see how on channel 1, there's a distressor, right? And that's probably what's creating that noise. So let's go ahead and get this out of here. Remove, okay, boom. All right, so you see the distressor was giving a little analog noise to the signal. We don't want that. I'm gonna take this mic that's literally light as a feather, all right, and connect it. Okay, we in there like swimwear. Now let's go back to the ARC Studio and follow the directions that they give us. Come on over, man. All right, yeah. So we got a mic, we got level. I'm assuming they're going to probably tell me to enable phantom power and all of that stuff. So we'll get to that whenever they say, okay. Hardware setup completed. Select your typical, let me just see. Is it gonna tell me? Yep. So it's not saying, it don't even say that I need to put, okay, here, mic selection. Our performance relies entirely on the position of the microphone element. For best results, always make sure to use the ARC MEMS mic model. Alternatively, you can use the older one, Okay. Yeah. All right, so it doesn't say that I need phantom power, but by the looks at this signal, okay, yep. Oh, let me go to channel 1. Yep. All right. So from the looks of that signal, I could just tell that I did need phantom power to be turned on. So there we go. I think that signal is good enough. We're gonna see. All right, boom. All right, select the room configuration that best represents the listening area that you would like to correct. The images are indications only. Use them simply to orient yourself in the analysis process. A smaller listening area provides the most accurate correction, okay? So this is pretty much how my studio is set. So I'm gonna rock with that. Place and align your microphone horizontally, approximately close to your ears. correct positioning and height. Place your microphone horizontally. So the instructions are not clear. Instructions are not super clear. Should I just literally put the microphone like this? Maybe this might work, but they got a clip and they got a mic stand. So I'm gonna hold up. Oh, look, you see that thing? It got a little light on it to let you know when it's turned on. All right, so we're gonna sit there right there. Let me go in the back here, make a couple adjustments. I'm gonna turn this light off or just move it out the way. Turn that fan off. Quiet the studio down. Okay, I'm gonna even turn the AC off with my phone. While I'm doing that, let me grab a mic stand. A dandy stand. A handy dandy mic stizandy. Let's bring y'all over here. All right. I might need to move this chair back, huh? All right, let's turn the AC off. So there's absolutely no extra noise happening in the studio. And of course, another little hack here that I'm gonna give y'all. Hold up, door. That's the door. The creaky door. I got a solution for that though. Here I go. All right, another little hack that I'm gonna give y'all is when you are placing a microphone on to a mic stand, right? And let's turn this light off. When you placing a microphone on a mic stand, you always want to take the clip off first, or the shock mount, right? Don't be putting the shock mount, don't be putting the microphone on the shock mount and then twisting your microphone around. That's a good way to break your microphone, okay? To accidentally drop it or anything else. So we're gonna sit that there. And then go hit. See what I mean? I ain't even try to do that, but I knew y'all needed that example, so I'll be the example for you. I knew y'all needed an example. That's crazy. It's crazy that I had to sacrifice myself for y'all to drop the mic. Drop the mic. All right, bet. Okay, cool. So we got our stand. This K&M stand is real nice. So typically, where I sit, I'll be sitting like right here. So I want to put this about close to my ear level, right? That's about right. If we can see that. We all over here again. Right, so I got that right there. Here go the mic. We're gonna face it. Let's just do it like that. Boom. Okay, so that's pretty much where I would, kind of where I would be sitting. So it's in a pretty good position. Like I would be like sitting like right there, maybe a little further back, right? All right, cool. Position the ARC microphone, got it. Playback level, make sure you're in a quiet environment and try to avoid noise. Lower your monitoring to the minimum level and press play test. Gradually raise your monitoring level to hear the test at the same volume you generally listen to when you are mixing, okay? So I'm gonna turn this down. So that's kind of, you hear the noise, right? That's kind of where I would listen to. So I'm gonna turn this preamp up. All right. So that was about 75 dB. It was at about 75 dB. Now that's typically where I would be listening as I'm actually monitoring. So let's go to next. Room analysis. Select the type of analysis you want to perform. You can do a quick one, single layer, or advanced. 3 layers measured at different heights. All right, let's go advanced. Let's be most accurate. Room analysis will help you in measuring 7 points taken at 3 different height layers for a total of 21 points. There are approximate layer heights. These are approximate layer heights in which you will need to place your microphone. All right. Layer 1, approximately 6 inches below ear level. Layer 2, ear level. Layer 3, 6 inches above. This system will guide you. Okay. Measure layer 1. I'm not using that. I don't have that plugged up yet, all right? Okay, let's see. Set the microphone approximately 6 inches below your ear level, okay? So this is about as low as my stand can go. Let's see. There we go. Okay. Okay. So I got it approximately about 6 inches below my my ear level. Follow the points as indicated on the image. These need to be precise. An approximate position will work. They don't need to be precise. Approximate position will work fine. Click on capture point to start. When the capture is complete, the next point will be highlighted, okay? Okay. Point is done. Next, I want to move this, it looks like up and to the left, right? In past from Sonarworks, it just kind of recommends to keep the mic pointed straight, right? Like at the speakers or whatever. So it's not recommending anything right now on which angle to direct this at. So we're just gonna move that up there and let's go to capture point. Right there. Okay. And then 3 is gonna be the other way. Same thing. All right. So it seems that the first part is done. And now I'm going to raise it up to ear level and do the same thing, okay? So now we got to lift the mic up. That's about my ear level. Okay, at about my listening position. Let's measure layer 2. Let's get it.
A few moments later.
You're almost there. You're almost there. You can now save your room analysis and use it in the ARC4 correction plugin. Please choose a name for this correction profile and select a reference speaker icon from the available icons list and click save. So I'm gonna go with this one. It kind of looks like my monitors a little bit. Let's see. Let's go with that one maybe. Yeah, I'm just, hey. All right, cool. We got one. And we're gonna call this Pulsar. Okay, save. Pulsar save. Okay. Click, quick, quit. Okay. So that's the analysis software. So again, instructions a little unclear, but I'm kind of smart. So let's see. I did notice that there is an ARC 4 software. No device detected. Okay. Let's get the device detected. And like I said, I don't think I need to have it connected to my speakers right now. Again, instructions unclear. So let's get the device detected. I'm gonna just plug it up. And hopefully I can just okay. This probably also needs power. It needs to not only be plugged, but it needs power. Hopefully I could then download the correction profile onto the device and then disconnect it from the computer. This device is so light. It's so light. Let me just go over here. Again, this is just my temporary setup solution right now. So it's plugged in. If you notice, a little light just came on. Uh-oh. Okay. So all right, so I'm in here. Now I need to figure out how to get my profile in. Measurement. Oh, here we go. Pulsar. Yikes. Okay. All right. All right. So from my measurements, it looks like there is a pretty big boost. All right. A pretty big boost here. At about 30 to 40 hertz and a very significant dip at about 100 hertz. And then we have another boost here. What's that at about like 150, right? And then it's pretty flat throughout, right? But that low end kind of boost right there at about 30 to 40 hertz, I might not even mind that for real, right? Like we want the speakers to kind of be thumping a little bit, right? It seems like what? That's like a +6 or +10 dB boost in the low frequencies that's like build up here. The problem with that though is that if I'm hearing my lows boosted in that manner, I might not give it enough in my mix. I might be lacking in that frequency range, and then I might have too much here at about 100 hertz, right? So you can see the left-right targets. They're pretty close and similar in what's happening there. You know, probably due to a few things. You see how I got some different furniture on each side, right? But other than that, a lot of the mid-range information is very good. It's very good. So the correction, it really didn't do much to correct. It's saying after it didn't really do much to correct the lows, and it is doing the highs. Let's see if we did linear, what is that going to do? Okay, linear, it makes the correction a little bit more. Okay, what if we go natural, target, and if I wanted it to be flat, all right, I'm not sure. Standard control room, Dolby Atmos target, control room contour. Okay, so you see a standard control room, it got a little bit more presence in the low end. So again, it's not really saying that low end is a big problem necessarily, even though it is boosting those frequencies. It's not necessarily cutting them out. But it is doing a lot of correction in that 100 hertz range, and then also taming about that 150. And again, other than that, the discrepancies are very, very minimal. But where it is, like, you know, a 12 dB dip at 100 hertz is that's kind of a big deal. That's kind of a big deal. So virtual monitoring off. We don't want that on. Okay. So, okay, cool. So what I'm doing, okay, it's syncing now. And let me just listen. And here I am acting like I'm about to hear something different. And I don't even have this plugged up. All right, so now let's get to the next phase of this where I actually, all right, so I got the room correction. It's synced to the device. And what I'm going to do now is actually get the speakers and all of that set up. So I need to get an extra pair of XLR cables. So I'm going to go into my dungeon back here and grab an extra pair of XLR. Don't worry about my dungeon. Every engineer has a dungeon. All right, so I got a dungeon, my cable dungeon. I'm gonna use these blue cables because they're pretty short. And if you see, I got them wrapped up nicely, okay? So, come on back with me, come on back with me. All right. So now I need to get back here and figure out, okay, what did I say I'm gonna do again? Okay, so the cables that are going to my speakers, that are actually going to the pulsars, I'm gonna disconnect those. Let's just turn this off. Unplug this. The cables that are going to the monitors, I'm going to run an intermediate between those. My problem is, bro, that I got so much stuff plugged up back here. Let me see. I'm gonna show you. I said I was gonna show you, so now I gotta show you. Dang it. Why did I say this? Are y'all ready? You're not even ready. You're not even ready for the huge cable mess that's going on back here. So, back of the pulsars, let's just turn these off first and foremost. Okay. And then I'm gonna get to the other side. So I gotta find somewhere to plug this bad boy up. I can just feel for that. Let's see. All my power strips, everything is completely full. And I got power going into power, Uh-oh, not that. I'm trying to see, is there something that I can unplug? I'm gonna have to, something gotta go. Something gotta go. And I think it's gonna be this center speaker, the center Cali audio speaker that I'm not using currently because it's for Dolby Atmos setup. It's for Dolby Atmos, and it's the center speaker, which I don't really need a center speaker. So I just found something I can unplug. All right, cool. Got that unplugged. Now, let me put you back down so I can use my hands. Can I use my own hands, man? Shout out to you too. If you still rocking with me on this video, I just realized that we going pretty long, but it doesn't matter. It don't matter how long we go. Now this the other problem is that this bad boy is wanting to be sideways. And I gotta finagle something. Now, what is this going to? Oh, you know what? I ain't even had to unplug that. It was 2 plugs right there. Okay, we got power. We got Austin Powers. I'm gonna sit that up there for now. I'm not gonna leave it there though. I'm gonna just sit it there for now. This is the problem with having too much stuff in the studio. Okay, and then, like I said, I need to get these cables going. And you know what? I think I'm gonna use these longer cables. I had a shorter one. I'm gonna use some longer ones though. Longer cables just look neater because then you can actually lay them down as you need to and do whatever you need to do with them. Okay, we back? We back. All right. Cause like I need to get all the way over there. So right, that's my right side right there. Okay. So this cable, I'm gonna toss it over there and then go over there and retrieve it. I would use a shorter cable for the left because it's literally right here. But I have a superstition that I have to use the same length cables, the same brand, the same type of cable on my speaker. Like it's just gotta be the same cable, bro. Even though I got a shorter one and it's right here, I'm not gonna use a shorter one. I'm gonna use the same one every time. Y'all let me know. Am I tripping? Doesn't matter. Or am I tripping? Am I just being super stupid? I mean superstitious. Okay. So I got all of that. Like I said, I don't even want to see this thing. I'm gonna hide it right back there to where you can't even see it. Like, oh, where is it? It's hidden. Now let's plug it up just to make sure that it's good. I don't think I need to keep it plugged up though, to the computer. But let's just show you. If we look here, boom, I can reveal it if I need to. Ta-da! They got a little ARC studio. Can you see it? Right on top of my RME headphone amp. Boom, I got it in. Room correction is turned on. Now let's see what this bad boy do. Oh, this would work better if I turn this speaker back on. Virtual monitoring, what that mean? Oh, I guess that means, okay, got you. No, we're not doing that. Okay, I can definitely hear the difference. So I can definitely hear that boost that's happening. Let me see. Are we clipping? Oh, I can definitely hear that boost that's happening in that about that 100 hertz range. It's making the mix that I'm working on. It's an unfinished mix, by the way. Lydia Caesar, St. Louis song is gonna be coming out soon. But I can definitely hear that boost coming in. It's making the mix feel more alive, right? It's like more energy coming into the mix. I'm surprised at how minimal the correction is that's happening. Like, it's not a huge dramatic difference, which is great, which speaks to the acoustic treatment that I have in my room, and also the flat frequency response of the actual monitors that I'm using. They're very, very accurate. These Pulsar monitors, they're super accurate, man. Now that 100 hertz dip is probably due to this desk right here too. And there's some settings on the monitors themselves that I have like changed to, based on the correlation on where they're positioned. So that could also be playing a factor into it. I probably could do a whole remeasurement with the different monitor settings, and that 100 hertz dip might not even be there. That might not even be a thing, because again, that the correction is so minor that I don't know, man. I'm gonna retest it, not today, Lord. I know I'm not. But I like the fact that this is just right here. You got a button, and so then if I do want to turn it on or off, right, I got the correction button. I can easily turn the correction on or off without having to worry about the software, which is dope. Let's see what a flat target would sound like if it was flattened. Okay, now we getting into something. So we got this this edit that we can do to where I can actually I can go in and correct the curve myself. That's interesting. So I can go and fix anything that I want. So we got, again, the before is the green. The after is this more orange and yellow, right? Left and right. And so it's been pretty corrected. Let's see if I dip down some of that low even more. All right. All right, man. So overall, man, my thoughts on this are, if you have cheaper speakers or a room that you really just don't trust, the ARC Studio could really help you out a lot. In my case, it's doing very little that I can notice, right? I do, and again, I'm gonna have to test this again, because that 100 hertz dip might just be the settings like that's on the back of the Pulsars that that you can set based on where you are positioning your monitors in the room. But I'm really happy that most of, like, pretty much everything above 100 hertz is pretty flat, right? That gives me a lot of confidence in the mixing that I'm able to do now. Yeah, and I like the fact that we have kind of addressed that 100 hertz problem. That's really the biggest problem that was addressed here, and that was a huge problem. Like negative 12 dB dip at 100 hertz that's a pretty big deal. So I'm going to remeasure this and see what it will be like if I change the settings on the back, the proximity settings on the back of the monitors. But then, and then we got a little like 6 to 10 dB, say, bump in about 30 hertz, which to me is fine because I want to hear that, I want to feel that thump, and I'm pretty much used to it. So, yeah, man, this hardware solution though, for me, it's gonna be kind of like, remember that analogy we talking about, like you get to the gym and you leave your headphones? This is kind of like me having an extra set of headphones that I leave in my gym bag. And so that I'm much less likely to forget, much less likely to leave at home or something like that. So I'm gonna literally throw this in my gym bag, and I got this sitting right here. And I actually, even though I said that I don't want to see it, I think I lied, right? I think that this is actually a good place for it. And I like that there's a little button right there that I don't have to open up this software. I can just click right on that button to listen to the correction or not, whether it's on or off. And you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and store this, sync this to the device, all right? And then let me just check something. Cool. All right, bet. And then I'm gonna unplug this for y'all. Cool. Quit that. We don't even need that. And yep. And it works just exactly how I think it would, right? You don't need the software. The correction is already been downloaded to that device, and you could just turn it on or off as you need it, man. So yeah, what are y'all thoughts? Will you be trying out any room correction software like the ARC Studio? Or do you like the Sonarworks? Am I the only person who have had the problem with forgetting whether it's on or off or not, man? Let me know down in the comments if I'm tripping or you tripping or we all tripping. But I think this is a really great solution, like I said, for somebody that, if you don't trust your room, if you don't have the best studio monitors, right? These Pulsar Ex Machina, shout out to Ex Machina for the super flat frequency response, man. I wasn't expecting that. I know that 100 hertz dip has to be either the way that my desk is responding to the position or to that little switch on the back of the monitors. Gotta be, man. So I'm gonna retest that. Like I said though, I'm happy with the results. I'm happy with this little device. I think it's really cool. I think that if you don't have a studio room that you trust, A, get you some trusted headphones for sure, and B, get you some room correction software or hardware that can actually tighten up what you listen to, and you'll get better mixes that translate everywhere. I'm Wavy Wayne from WavyProAudio.com. Thanks for watching this long video, man. We tapped in, we locked in. Be dope.